Is this thing on? Yes, it's working.
Hello.
All right, so I think I might have misposted the time because the chat has been going on since 6.
That was my fault, I think. I posted that it was
Oh,
11
So,
o'clock UK
Paul,
time.
Paul has been bigging you up there since 0 o'clock. He's been we got the time wrong. We posted on our channel as well. So
but
you
what time is it for you guys right now?
It's now midnight.
Midnight.
now
Okay, so we had the schedule right. So,
officially Sunday.
all right. So, welcome everyone to Raziel Kane Reviews, and today I have input from Input Reviews and Customs, who used to be Reviews and Stop Motion, and now has 2 channels at In-Put 2.0. I think
That's it. That's cool.
there you go. And then we have Alexis and Paul from Transformers, the show, who I recently subscribed to because there's so many YouTubers and so many podcasts and so many stuff that it's hard to follow. But I've been practicing my British English for the past year and a half because I'm a huge fan of 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love
I've
that
been
show.
binge watching this game show hosted by Jimmy Carr for a year and a half or maybe more than that. And I wish we had a clone copy of Rachel Riley. You know,
She is beautiful.
yep,
Ah,
gorgeous, smart woman. So you guys, I have to say you have the best girl. Like nobody
Just the best
in
girl.
the U.S. and nobody in Canada, nobody in the world can beat that woman. Anyway, Input,
I
you
agree.
should check it out. It's a good show.
I'll definitely check it out.
Smart and beautiful. Right. 8 out of 10 cats. Everyone wanted. So 8 out of 10 cats says countdown, which is where Rachel Riley comes from. It's countdown, which is where they basically get given a set of letters, like Wordle. You get given a set of letters and a set of numbers. You have to create the biggest word or the best number, basically. And Rachel Riley she's the mathematician that sits behind and works it all out. And and Jimmy Carr is a UK comedian who I've seen travel up and down. He lives in London. We travels met on the train to Manchester. It's very funny, it's intellectual. It's funny, and you get a lot. All the people that
awesome
assist there are comedians. So you know it's not a dull minute. It's very good. So
Plus, she has boobs.
she does have boobs. She does have boobs.
There we go.
I was gonna say Jimmy Carr is brutal too, man.
Oh man,
he's local. Jimmy Carr and I were born in the same town. He was born in High Wycombe near to me, and he does local shows to us, and we've seen him live, and never heckle him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh no, I've been watching his shows on YouTube and on Netflix, and man, can he destroy a heckler? So, but he's actually one of my top comedians these days because there seemed to be, the cancel culture hasn't reached Britain yet. Like he doesn't care. He's gonna destroy everything, and that's awesome. So I'm gonna do a quick chat rundown. We have Wild Deluxe, who's not home, so he's not able to join us because I did invite him because I love him. So sorry, man. That's too bad. And then if I go up, there's a lot of people I've never seen before. So, Dark Main, that's cool.
Right.
Survive, thanks for stopping by. Danvestator, that's new, and original.
That's a great name.
We brought. There's a few of the. Sorry, just a comment on that, Razal. There's a few of our regulars which have joined the chat. So we brought the entourage tonight for you.
That's cool. Oh, I've seen this name on other stream. Hi, Clinical. Benjamin Riker. There you go. And Ninja Bill, my co-host of our book club. We have a stream where we review the Wheel of Time book series by Robert Jordan, a great American series of 14, 15 books. And every third Sunday-ish of the month, we do a review of that. So, and this is my nephew. Hello, Vincent. So I know
Vincent.
He's practicing his English.
Hello, mon ami. Bonjour.
Oh, there you go. See, if he can
Ça
speak
va?
French, you can speak English, Vincent.
Oui.
There you go.
There we go. Je m'appelle Alexis. Je suis What's 14 in French?
Fluent, absolutely fluent.
What's fluent? Yeah.
I know. Parlez-vous anglais? That's what got me through.
There
I
you
said
go.
no. I went. There we go. Parlez-vous anglais? That's what I got.
There you go. How about you, Input? Any French?
Nope.
Non c'est pas. No,
There you go.
mon ami.
So that's hey, that's cool that Vince is here, though. I'm super happy. All right, thanks, kid. All right, so today how this happened was that Paul texted me, and he's like, "I'd like to come over and on your channel and do an American show." And then I didn't tell him I was Canadian at the time, so
Sorry.
but I decided, hey, let's invite Input because he's American. So we have another one who's very tired. Thank you, Robert Cup. So we weren't sure originally, what to talk about, but then after a couple of weeks of thinking about it, I said, well, the difference in collecting. How is it different in the UK versus Canada versus the US? And unfortunately, I couldn't get anybody from the China, Japan area, or maybe Australia. That would have been interesting too. So, but the time frame is also very different. So maybe I should have asked JJ Prime because he's always live exactly the opposite. I go to bed and he wakes up and he's like live in the morning. I'm like, man, I'm going to bed. So yeah.
Whereabouts are you in Canada? Which state? You
I'm in Quebec. So right next to Ottawa, there's that little suburb called Gatineau, which is 2 hours from Montreal, basically.
Yeah, I have family in London and Toronto, so I go over there every other year. So
yeah, are you gonna go at TFCon in Toronto this year?
My family go there, so my family from London go to them. Yeah, because they're a bit geeky like me. It looks big.
But I've never been. This is my here. I'm gonna hide the QR code, but this is my ticket for TFCon Toronto. This is going to be my first Transformers con.
Nice.
I've been to Comic Con in Montreal and Ottawa, and it was really fun both times. But this is going to be my first TFCon, and my wife is worried about my spending money. So
It's the job of the wife.
Yep. So, and she's probably watching right now. So, she's had her sister that I've been reviewing all day, doing these guys, and yeah, it's been a busy way. So, collecting. I'm gonna just go out and say that for Canada, collecting since I started 2 years ago, I think because I started collecting when COVID hit, it was horrendous. Tons of figures never made it. The whole Netflix line was super obscure at Walmart. We didn't catch them. Many of the exclusive that translate from Walgreens, they end up at GameStop Canada. Same thing for Hasbro Pulse exclusive. They end up at GameStop Canada. And then anything at Target end up at Toys R Us. And it's been hell to get anything in retail. So we can start with retail.
So you said you started collecting though, but you
about
haven't been a fan for you. You haven't been a fan for you've been a fan for 2 years. You started collecting your first. I'm assuming your Transformers when you were younger in the 80s as well, though.
Yeah, well, my first Transformer was actually right here. That was actually 3 years ago. My wife and we were at Walmart, and I spotted the reissue Bumblebee.
Oh,
and I just picked him up because it was just I had him as a kid. Actually, I think I had the red Bumblebee, which was Bumper. And but seeing this with the cartoon accurate head, I just had to grab him. And a year later, then I started really collecting, and it's been tough. Like first getting into budgeting but COVID helped and hindered at the same time because all the working from home, all the gas money I saved went into all this. And but finding holy grails like Netflix Bumblebee, I had a friend, Lone Dragon. He's the one who actually sent it to me because I couldn't find him, and he was one of the, well, for a while he was my holy grail. So
what do you have in Canada? So we have Smith. So we used to have Toys R Us, and they went under. So we're left with Smiths, which is kind of similar to Toys R Us, and the Entertainer, which are the two toy stores. The Entertainer does like old, probably like B stock of Hasbro mainline, and Smiths stocks the full line. What do you guys have over there? Is it Toys R Us in Canada?
Yeah, Toys R Us was saved by hey Brian, Toys R Us was saved by some rich white guy who decided to purchase it and save it and keep it running, and he's been successful because all the hardship, and I'm sure Input's going to be able to weigh in on that. The hardship that Toys R Us had in the U.S., it didn't hit in Canada because they're. So go ahead.
I was just going to say that, I don't think, I don't know how much of this is true, so don't quote me on it, but I don't think Bain Capital was able to get the rights to do Toys R Us in Canada. And I think that's what ended up saving it. Because if I remember correctly, something similar happened in Australia, and there was going to be something similar that happened here. And Toys R Us actually reopened here. They had 2 stores here. They had one here in Houston. They had another one, I believe it was in New York. And they were in a mall, and it was not Toys R Us what you remember. Like half the store was educational toys, and then the other half of the store was supplied by Target in their warehouse. And that's where you would find, your Hasbro stuff, like your Lightning collection, your Transformers, your stuff like that. And then your Mattel stuff, your Lego. But the store was really, really small. So Hasbro had one shelf. So you had like maybe 3 or 4 Transformers, 3 or 4, Power Rangers, and then something like that. And then Lego just had like a kiosk kind of thing, and maybe had like 6 different sets or something like that on really small stores. And then COVID hit, and then that shut down. And they're in talks right now to do something similar to what Toys R Us used to be here, but I don't think that's really going to happen, if I'm being honest. But
wasn't there a couple Toys R Us that reopened in the States recently?
Yeah, those were the 2 that the one here in town, and then the one in the mall, or the one in, I think is like New York or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so now we have them across Canada. I just want to quickly in the chat, we have Brian, we have Kato. Now that's a celebrity. Love this guy.
He is. He's an absolute legend.
Yep, he is a legend.
We've had Kato on once, and again, and soon to be again, hopefully.
Yeah, and then I saw Ultra Marcus.
You said that as a bit of a flex. Then you were like, "We've had KO on."
Oh yeah,
Ultra Marcus. I'm waiting for the next stop motion. Ultra Marcus. I need the next stop motion. I cannot get enough of his stuff. And you too, Input, man. You're due for a new episode.
You know what? What the funny thing is me and Ultra Marcus have been talking almost all day today.
Oh, really? Okay.
And he messaged me, and he's what he's working on, his stop motion, and I was like, no way, I'm working on mine right now too.
There you go.
So we've been back and forth all day, showing each other like little test clips and teases and stuff. So
you two should get together and pitch a show to Hasbro. You should, because I would actually sponsor that.
If you want some voiceover actors who aren't very good, then look at Paul and I. We're very good at very good at.
Oh yes, if you want an English villain, then we can.
Exactly.
But we are your men.
Ultra Marcus does it so much better though, doesn't he?
He does.
He's a great Zarak. I actually just covered Zarak in my last spotlight. I did a medley of different actors because some of these actors have no presence online, so it's super hard to find anything. So, but yeah. See,
I'll definitely take you guys up on that offer for the new, because I mean, Ultra Marcus is probably tired of Input. I will be in your style. I will play yes. I will play the 14th character that you need. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, if you have a small part, man, I'll give it a shot. I'm telling you right now, I will give it a shot. If you have,
I'm happy to have. That's it. We'll do some. If you get input, get your lines ready, and we'll do some readings at the end.
If,
of the show.
if you want fluent French, then Alexis is your man.
Oh,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sacre bleu.
There we go. There you are.
Okay.
Perfect.
If you want a Quebec French, talk to me.
There was a show called Hello Hello in the UK in the 80s, which was based on the World War II, and it was about Paris, and it was about French and English uniting to overcome the Nazis. But it was all done like it was like in French language, but everyone spoke French, but there was English. So you had the policeman who was an English spy, but didn't speak good English, sorry, good French. So when he used to go past, he goes, "Yes, I was just pissing by," like that sort of thing, like as in passing
Yeah,
by.
his French
Oh, yeah.
It was like
He used to put on a French accent, didn't he?
All right, cool. But I
it's
shot an idea input. If you want to add this guy to your next stop motion, Canadian Inferno, I can voice him. So there you go.
He's your upcoming video, isn't he? You've got
Well, actually, I totally screwed up my schedule today, and that video came up, half hour ago. So, and that's the whole joke is he's Canadian Inferno because of the flag. So, I've been doing that.
He's a great
the
toy.
records-
Though. I had Grapple, and Grapple was
Yeah, well,
absolutely spot
Grapple
on.
like toy hacks, and then I have Inferno and Artfire sticker coming in. So, all right, so that's what's the retail like for you guys? Like, is it full shelves, barren shelves?
For Smiths, it is full shelves, isn't it? It's big shelves, really, really high up, like Toys R Us used to be. We get good stock. It's just those. It's what is it? Walgreens in America.
Yeah.
Those exclusives can be hard to get. So I used to be a massive Chug collector. I used to really go for just mainly Chug, and it was always those Walgreen ones or the Walmart exclusives, which used to be really hard to get over here. The Netflix stuff has been, it's not been too bad. It's I picked up Bumblebee just in the shop. I was in there, picked it up. Some of the stuff though, so it was I think it was.
Well, you guys have Walmart. Do you have?
No, we don't have Walmart.
Okay. So anything Netflix was at which store?
Smith's, yeah.
Okay.
The 3-pack of Seekers, someone texted me and said, "Oh, ask about that. Was it easy to pick up the 3-pack of the Seekers?" Apparently, it was very hard to pick up.
The Rainmakers?
The Rainmakers, that's it.
I have them, and I picked it up online, and it's a gorgeous display set.
Yeah, they kind of they went on discount here, and the Targets here, man, they just, I don't know, they kept getting them, and then they would sell out. Then they started getting them after nobody wanted them, and then they just sat there, and then they finally clearanced out.
And then you bought them all and made customs out of those.
Honestly, that was before I started doing the custom Seekers and kind of getting, I guess, like known for it, and having requests and stuff. Otherwise, I would have spent, because I think each box set was like $25. So
there you go. That's my custom from Input. So I don't know if you
Oh,
guys.
that's awesome.
This is basically, I don't know if you ever heard of the game franchise Legacy of Kain.
Yes, on the PlayStation 1.
And
started
then
in
PlayStation 2 and
on
Xbox.
PS2.
So basically, this is the paint scheme for Raziel, the rate in Soul Reaver.
I
So
recognize the name.
Input was kind enough to do me this custom, even cut off the mouthpiece like the character, and then give me a Soul Reaver with it. So I've been plugging this character in my video once in a while. So
Looks
really
pretty
happy
sweet.
with that. Yeah.
The stuff we get is just really random. Like, that X-Man, the Jet, which came out
Yeah,
recently.
That's an ugly
X-Fan.
piece.
Oh, it looks so
Yeah.
good in the box, but it's not great when you get out of the box. But that was like £100, which is probably about
Whoa.
$125.
Back up. You got it out of the box. You actually got something out of the box for once. You look
Well,
behind
let's
you.
get out of the box.
It's just boxes behind you.
There's
all
no
I see is
Transformers
boxes.
in there.
So,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
we
yeah.
have Chauncey. Hey, Chauncey. I haven't seen you there. So, where is he? There you go. Show. There.
These Transformers are all upstairs in my bedroom. So I have select shelves next to my bed, which my wife loves, where I keep Transformers, my fans' toys ones, as well as some Mandalorians and some spaceships from Star Trek. So only the good
Okay.
stuff goes upstairs to the bedroom where the magic happens. Carefully.
That's it. Makes
Yeah,
some noise.
okay.
So I don't want to knock over a transformer.
But so you don't collect just Transformers. You have, I see a couple of Star Wars figures behind you, and
Yeah, definitely. Mainly Transformers, not
Yeah.
80% Transformers, but I do divulge into the odd bit as well.
so far, I think the only non-transform is the tractor from Sweden.
Oh yeah.
But then I have a Grandizer model kit. That was one thing that I had to get because I used to love Grandizer. Actually, I still do because I just have all the box set for the 1974 show.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it says bilingual, but it's just French because that's what we in Quebec. That's what we listen to, and that's actually one show that the song became a hit on radio. Like you
Did it?
could hear the cartoon song on the radio. So same thing happened in France with their song. It's insane.
That's
So
pretty cool.
yeah, so that's the only non. But then input, Memo 224.
Yep.
Okay, he's sending me Reggar in the mail, and I think that he put a gargoyle in there because he knows the moment I have.
Neko, right?
Yeah. So the moment that I open that box and there's a gargoyle in there, I'm gonna have to buy them all now. I've been fighting so hard not to purchase them.
They're good value as well. They're good value.
Yeah.
So our friend Rudy does Rudy Zazoo's Science Fantasy Experience. He does a lot of like bots at home and a lot of like UK
Yeah, I've never met Rudy. I know he's in the chat, and thank you for showing up.
He is. So he's got the Neko Gargoyle, the Goliath, and the wingspan. That thing, it's like a fucking Quetzalcoatlus. It's massive.
Exactly.
Oh, it's massive.
I don't know. I don't know which one he's sending me, if he is sending me one, but he's been teasing me, not telling me, and then I have couple package on the way. And also I have Fire Talks. I don't know if you guys know Fire Talks. He does a lot of 3D printing.
Yes,
And
sir.
so he's sending me a Barricade and Siege Barricade because I missed out, but he's sending me a bunch of 3D printed stuff. So, and he said that he added something to the box too. So I'm getting surprises in a couple of weeks. So
Nice.
Popular, very
Yeah.
popular. Jesus, I wish Paul sent me stuff like that. Paul, come on, man up.
yeah, well, I'm just
I'll
I've
send
been
you
lucky.
enough pictures.
Well,
on
that's
Messenger.
different. That's different. And your wife says, "Please stop it." My wife says, "Please stop it." So just
And I won't.
nope, you won't. I know you won't. I'm just
No,
asking
pictures are good.
for legal purposes.
Exactly. So that's the retail part. So it's been nightmarish. Was it better before COVID because I only started recently collecting. But so was it easier, or how horrendous was it for
It's-
these guys?
100% easier.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like I would go into the stores and find wave 4 of something, wave 5, whatever the last wave would be, like last wave of Titan's Return or something like that. No questions asked, full stock, everything. I still can't find Kingdom Slammer at all. So, and I haven't seen them. So that's night and day
Slammer?
difference.
I'll check it. I think that DJC might still have some. So, by the way, for those in the chat, at the end of this stream, which I don't know when, but at the end of the stream, there's going to be a discount code for 10% off at DJC for anything Transformers. So that was something I got from Derek, the owner of DJC Collectibles. So he's local, so I've been plugging him in all of my videos. And then last time we spoke, he said, "Yeah, I'll give a discount code for your viewers." I'm like, "Okay, thank you." So I'm
Nice.
Really
officially-
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the 10% is it covers the taxes. So I'm happy with that. So
That's
all
right.
right. So and then in the UK, how is it?
It changed because obviously when the retail you couldn't walk in and you couldn't get footfall, you had to rely on the online piece, and I guess a lot of the Toys R Us going under as well. You had Smiths, and then you had the entertainment wasn't very good online, but you had a lot of we have Kapow and make a lot
Independence.
Independence, In Demand, Collectible Kingdoms, comics and cocktails.
Okay.
There's a lot of those which those guys get in a lot of exclusives. Also, those guys actually get in exclusives as well. So you can actually supply. So you can actually pay to be a member of those guys as well to get exclusive like access as well for like 2 days before. So like £10 in, you get discount. It's worth if you buy a lot of anything, it's worth it. And they do a lot of.
But also sometimes Hasbro's nice to them, isn't it? They'll give them a load of bots for them to sell,
They
and
do.
they'll be like, Capel will be like, fuck, we've got these, we can sell these, we can do these at discount.
And that changed the game. That those guys stepped up, and they're family-run businesses, and they are people, and they like you said. DJ. Is it DJ? You said the local guys, Raz.
Oh, DJC Collectibles. Yeah, he's
DJC.
but he's just online. So that's you bring up a good topic though, because I know input probably you can weigh in, but there's a lot of mom and pop local shop toy shop. Not just Transformers, but every type of toy shop, thrift stores. There's a lot more of those in the U.S. compared to Canada. Like I don't, you guys have like Oiley's, which is a discount store for I don't know.
Ollie's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they have
Yeah,
that.
I know
We don't
Ollie's.
have that.
We don't
Like,
have it.
I don't
It
know.
sounds glorious.
We have winners and home stands that people are telling me that they have sometimes clearance toys, but it's actual clearance crap toys.
Well,
here's the thing. Like, here's the thing. A lot of that stuff is regional too. Texas got its first Ollie's 4 months ago, I think it was, and Ollie's has been around since the 70s, and it's more of like a northern type of area, Minnesota, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But a lot of the stuff is regional. Every now and then you'll have something that goes all over the country. Something like, say, like your Target or your Goodwill. Like a Goodwill's a thrift store. But more often than not, it's regional. But we do have, where Texas has something like a Ross or a TJ Maxx, up
What
north.
was that store that just had the Metroplex? That went like maybe in 3-4 months ago. The people were finding Trilling 30s Metroplex at. Man, I can't remember the store. Hey, that's my girlfriend. Hi, everybody. Hi,
Hello.
my girlfriend.
Hi, Catherine.
But yeah, that's the store that they were finding like $45 Triptychons and stuff at. Yeah.
What the fuck? Seriously? That's like
Yeah.
Ollie's was famous,
Wow.
wasn't it? Wasn't Ollie's where we had was it Fortress Maximus for $50?
Yeah.
few
That's
years
insane.
ago.
Like, I mean, I can't find. And then honestly, I've only been collecting for 2 years, so I haven't really looked into finding those type of stores. But it's quite. I would love to find a discount store, where I can pick up older stuff that didn't sell that well. So, or maybe just pick up a couple RCs on clearance so that I can try to do some customs. I'm not an artist, but I could give it a shot with a figure that I don't really care for.
So we have TK Maxx, which is where you find stuff which is in fashion but out
Called
of
TJ Maxx in America.
Yeah, which is out of favor. And then after TK Maxx, you have what we call car boot, and that's about it. There's nothing in between. There's a TK Maxx, there's a car boot, and in between that, you got a guy with a big coat.
Oh yeah,
There's nothing
I've
else.
met that guy. He's scary.
He's scary. Same
Yeah.
guy, right? With big mustache. Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah.
I know Dave.
I love Dave. I mean, not like that. But,
Okay.
Dodgy
Dave's
Dave.
nice. I like Dave from a distance.
There you go.
Dave.
And what
from a
about
distance.
third parties? Where do you guys get it? That's my Iron Factory Alpha Tryon.
China.
So AliExpress.
Well,
Yeah.
he's go on, Paul. You go first.
The independents do it. So Kapow and stuff, they'll get stuff in. I don't know, the Moon Studio stuff that some guy just randomly had that in. Raiden masterpiece figures. It's really hit and miss, isn't it? I don't know, Alexis, where do you go for most of your third? Because we're probably more.
So
we
you
collect
guys
Chug.
have third parties retail
I'm all about third party. So my
No
whole-
retail. It's always online.
online. Okay,
You-
Input same thing.
Well,
I don't think
great.
there's U.S. stores.
Go rogue.
No,
go
there's-
rogue. That's my third party collection.
Wow.
I've got like all
Oh,
that.
nice.
Like,
Wow.
legends and like all that over there. And I've got some other things over around the corner which you can't see. So I'm a big 3P collector. I would say a Mega Lock in the UK is really, really good to me.
Yeah.
They're very patient with me because I'm a bit of a git sometimes. That I
You
try
are
and
quite
bundle
annoying.
I am very. I don't shut up. I try and put my stuff together really, and then I also have so Kapow regular as well, and then Cosmos and Cocktails and Collectible Kingdom as well. So I buy from all those guys, and then if you want something really quickly, Show Z does stuff as well, and Show Z do a bit of a loyalty program as well. You've got Terry as well, and there's Primetime Toys. Primetime Toys are local guys. Greg and Paddy, they get me a lot of stuff as well. So these are all basically online guys. You get a lot of some of the guys will have their shops as well. So but more and more online as well. It's about the online footfall. But the majority of them, you do have UK, and if they're UK, you get the VAT. If you want to buy from China, you run the risk of having to pay the extra 20% and potentially being lost at the post, etc. So if you buy from AliExpress, you mentioned them as well. You pay for the VAT up front. If you buy from eBay, then you don't pay for VAT, so you run the risk again. So I do buy from Show Z sometimes because they have good deals. And so like with the what they called. Not the Seekers, which were the Defamation Space with the wing feathers.
Right. Okay.
They were the only retailer to include those in the cost. Everyone else, it costs more. I spoke to them. I spoke to the guys individually. They said it costs more to ship it than the feathers cost. So you're paying £20 extra.
But you're using a term I'm not too familiar with. VATs. I've heard that before. But...
Oh, tax.
That's tax.
Okay,
tax.
just tax.
That's our
Okay.
tax rate, yeah.
All right.
So you basically,
Apparently
So if you pay,
tax.
if you pay £100 for something, there's a chance you might pay an extra 20 quid on top if it comes in the UK and customs season.
20 quid is £20.
20,
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
20.
See, I've learned
$50.
I've learned about quids and pounds and stuff like that in that show I was talking about earlier. So it's no, but it's good. I mean, I can understand.
What's it like
most
from Canada to the US? Because some people were saying it's quite harsh. Like, because when we ship to like to Scotland, it's the same as if you ship to England or Wales, and even Northern Ireland, it's the same costs. Is it? Do you have to pay more tax shipping from the US to Canada?
No, I haven't had any issue getting taxed. Or a good friend of mine, Danny Dolphin, I've sent her a couple of things, and
I tried to get her for tonight. I tried.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but she's with her man, or guy, so she couldn't make it.
Oh, word. But yeah, I haven't had any problems or anything like that, and I've sent things to GotBot, and I haven't had any problems. And I haven't had any problems if they've sent me anything. I haven't had to pay any kind of taxes or anything to go pick it up. It just hits the mailbox. So
yeah,
is the postage?
It's postage. Like the shipping is killing me. Like Input sent me that Resi Alkane figure, and it was maybe $30-$40 in shipping. Like Canadian, like US, it was $20 maybe. But Memo is sending me that box, and it was a crazy amount of shipping. And if I ordered from Hasbro Pulse, which is complete garbage to start with, then let's say it's a $30 figure, it's going to be $30 shipping. If it's a $40 figure, it's $40 shipping. It's insane.
Hang on, really?
Oh, yeah. Like Tiger Track. This little figure here, Tiger Track. Was $19.99, so converted it was 30 Canadian, and then total with taxes with shipping 62.
What the fuck? So
Yeah.
I pay for premium. I don't really use it, but premium is £20 a year, $20 a year, and it's free shipping for every figure. So I make sure if I order from Hasbro, I always order individually. I don't care.
But is there Hasbro Pulse in Canada?
No, we have
why
access
you
to
have to pay
Hasbro
extra.
Pulse US, and even if it says after $50 you get free shipping, we're never gonna get free shipping because they have to cross the border. So, and then I heard that there's a Germany Hasbro Pulse that opened up this year.
Yeah, that was like a month ago they opened that. Or something.
I'm like Germany. Nothing against Germany, but
don't piss
how
them
come
off.
Canada doesn't have an Hasbro Pulse with free shipping? I would love that. But I mean, I would have loved that in the past, but now I have DJC Collectibles, which is local in Ottawa, so I just pick it up there. So it's costing me gas.
Wait a minute. Now hold on. Now this is what it always kind of blows my mind. Okay. So the figures get produced in Vietnam. They get thrown in a box. They get shipped to Canada where the packaging is made. They get thrown in the package and then shipped down to the U.S.
And then they're shipped
And then you have to
back.
pay more to ship it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, similar story back when I used to work for MBNA Canada, which was a bank from the US, and I think there was a MBNA UK as well. Anyway, we had a smoking section, and they wanted to have a gazebo for the smokers. So instead of buying it locally, because it's an American bank, they didn't want to buy it from a shop in Ottawa. They bought it from a shop in the US, paid shipping, had it shipped here, and then all the wood inside was made from Canada. So
Wow.
it's Hasbro's is doing the same thing. So it's insane. So yeah, the boxing is here, and then that's it. It goes back and forth, so they have to cover that double shipping, triple shipping, because it's coming from the U.S. See, I order from AliExpress. I got the Transform Element figure. I got the Iron Factory Alpha Trion, and now I have Freeze Devil, which is Beast War Megatron, but blue. He's coming in the mail, and I had to pay shipping for that, but it's actually cheaper to order stuff from AliExpress than it is for me to get it from Big Bad Toy Store or Hasbro Pulse or stuff like that. So, but it's frustrating. Like, you guys have Amazon as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Amazon's a big thing.
Amazon figures like Pterosaur. Okay. That it should have been a mainline figure. I didn't get any of the Golden Disc collection. I picked this guy up because Kato put a link up on his community page, and I was able to grab it. Every Amazon.com exclusive don't translate to Amazon.ca. So I can't order it with Amazon.ca with free shipping. I have to order it on Amazon.com, have it shipped. It's $7 shipping or something like that. So it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
But
Adds up though.
You know, why wouldn't it be available on Amazon.ca? Because eventually it will be, but it's going to be a scalper.
Yeah.
You know, because
the challenge is Hasbro clearly don't have a fucking handle on the logistics, right? And
they don't.
And they're not. No.
But then at the end, why would they care? Because they made their money.
Well, they should care about farm to fork, all the rest of it, like sustainability. They should give a shit about where the plastic goes and is recycled, etc. They should care about sustainable Transformers.
All those Huffers which have been thrown away with their visible hands. There must be mountains of them in.
But they cut out plastic from their packaging in order to help save the planet.
Yeah, save the planet, my ass. Okay, this clear shit here is terrible, and I there's nothing to do but agree with everybody else that they shouldn't have done the clear plastic, the windowless packaging, because then you open the box, and PPR showed it on one of his short. It was full of plastic to tie the figure in, and then
exactly.
But there was packaging. I think it was Gen Select Galvatron. All of the ties were kind of a ropey instead of being plastic. So they could have used that, but no, they just decided we're going to do plastic peg and plastic, holders. So they're not trying to save any planet. They're not.
No, they're not. No, I meant it as a joke because that was the initial reason on why they gave. And then when they did their Hasbro roundtable 2-3 days ago, something like that, they said that the windowless packaging tested better with children than the windowed packaging. And so I guess two different stories for the same outcome, but a kid don't care, but whatever. That's
the thing. The kid, of course, it's going to resonate better with kids because they want to touch it.
Right.
So that's a better explanation than we want to save the planet, because they every company they're going to advertise that they're they're woke and they're super friendly to the environment and everything. But then you have scandals like Volkswagen a couple of years back where their whole emission stuff was garbage.
Well, that was Volkswagen, that was Mercedes,
Yep.
and there was one other one. There's one other one too. I forgot.
Was it Toyota?
No, it wasn't Toyota. It was I think because they're European. They're all European cars or European manufacturers but they were over here in the States.
Yeah.
So it was like Volkswagen, Mercedes. I can't remember the third one, but Mercedes,
maybe.
Mercedes basically got a slap on the wrist because the president shifted at the time.
Yeah.
But I will say this: Hasbro's some of their biggest stock investors are BlackRock and Vanguard, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So anything that they say for reasons on why they do something, I always raise an eyebrow because of their main two shareholders.
They're the main shareholders in most big companies, aren't they? Vanguard.
Yep. BlackRock. Yep.
And it's kind of like a massive monopoly, isn't it?
I'm not up to date on all this. So you said BlackRock,
Vanguard,
and
an investment company, aren't they?
Yeah, they're investment firms, and BlackRock is worth $17 trillion they cleared last year or something, or 2 years ago or something.
And they own they don't own companies, but they're major shareholders, and this is completely made up. But it's like they own they're major shareholders in Pepsi and Coca-Cola. They're not, but they are in companies like that. So you wonder how monopolized they can be when they own the two rivals. And they set the prices, and that's the influence they have. It's scary.
Well, that's the beauty of owning, everything. It's like Palpatine, man. He was the Senate, and he was the separatist. He was everything. So, okay, they didn't turn out great for him, but he had a good run.
He did.
I don't know. Disney loved him enough to bring him back, so it turned out pretty good for him.
We don't talk about. You know what? I'm done with Star Wars. I'm actually rewatching all of the Star Wars, and I love those shows, those movies so much that just thinking about what Disney did to them, I get angry. It's terrible. They don't understand. Anyway, I'm sidetracking.
Just real quick, I want to say this: if Disney or any Disney associate or whatever ever sees this, and they still haven't done this when they see this, I don't. If you like the prequels, if you like the original, if you like the Disney sequels, if you argue that the Clone Wars is the best, whatever, that is all whatever to me. Why haven't we gotten the original Star Wars theatrical cuts from the 70s and 80s put on DVD, Blu-ray, or anything from Disney? Why is Hayden Christensen still at the end of Jedi?
Yeah, which is one of the lesser change that pisses me off. But yeah, when the difference between Lucas, and I agree that we need DVDs of the original release. I would love to have that because they did it for. At one point, they had a release, but I think it was VHS at the end of the run of VHS. They did those old style, and it was awesome. It was great. But where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, the difference between Disney, because a lot of people gave Lucas a hard time when he did the sequels, the prequels, because it created a couple plot holes and there was stuff that people didn't really like. But you know what? It was Lucas's own franchise. So if he wants to ruin it, that's his prerogative. Disney ruining it after they purchased it is a complete sin. And I'm just going to leave it at that because, I love.
It's always the way though, when you can't cover as much in the book that you can in the movie, right? You pick the best bits, right? You pick the bits which are most intricate to the story, which you think people will be satisfied. No one is ever 100% satisfied. Everyone wants more, right? You want more? Fuck it, read the book, right?
I'm actually thinking about getting the books that the what's now considered legends or non-canon, and it's because Star Wars.
No shame.
I can't do the new movies, and I started solo and I flipped out. Like not flipped out, but I just turned it off and I was like, yeah, not that interesting.
What was the one called Rogue One? Was really
Rogue
good.
One was good, but
Rogue One was good.
it was a lot of fan service, right? You had a lot of cameos, and then you had Vader with that amazing killing spree. You know, that was fan service, and that's one of the reason I haven't watched Boba Fett. My friends like it's full of fan service. That's all it is. I'm like, oh, I don't want to see that. I want to see new stuff. So
Boba's good. It basically the last few episodes are all about Mando anyway, so it's pretty good.
yeah, that I have. I haven't watched Mandalorian. I haven't watched.
Oh, Mando's good. Mando's good. I've never seen so much character with no face. If it makes sense, like because he doesn't take his helmet off. It's like he sort of portrays. I'm trying to think of like going back of like what movie have we seen that where they portray and someone has just a helmet, and I can't think of one where like this guy has so much character in just his neck.
Master Chief. I think Master Chief would be no,
because they messed that up. With Paramount Plus.
No. I mean Master Chief in the games. No. Games, Master Chief was perfect.
What I mean,
expressionless.
Yes, but what I mean is there's so many scenes where Mando doesn't even talk. He just uses just tilts, and with his co-star, who I won't say anything because you haven't seen it, but it's like it's so good.
Okay, maybe I'll watch Mando. Maybe
Mando's good.
I want to point this out. I don't mean to cut you off, but I really wanted to point this out.
Good.
Logan's Loft said, "Bring back Kyle Katarn and Dash Rendar." Yes, I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. Where that was a comment in the chat. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm not that great at I know Lone Dragon's here, so I just want to say he's the one who got me that Netflix Bumblebee we were talking about earlier. So, good people in the community. So it's all fun. So online stores, we have in Canada we have tons. But there's no free shipping. So we have Toy Snowman, CMD store, which I've used previously, tftoys.ca. And there's Northman Collectibles, which everybody's shitting on because they're going to, they'll send you nasty emails if you want to cancel and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different stores from different area, BC's, Quebec, Ontario. Everybody's covered. So it's cool. And then they also all give you a local pickup if you're close enough.
That's good.
So I think that's a nice feature. That's why I love DJC because he's, half hour, maybe 35 minutes with no traffic away from me. So once, I order 3-4 figures and then he stores them for me. And then one day I just email him like, all right, I'm going to pick that up. He's like, no problem. Pick him up. And it's awesome. So what online stores have you been using?
I mainly use two of them. I use BBTS. I think everybody uses BBTS, but then I use Toy Dojo. But Toy Dojo is different because I can drive to Toy Dojo. I'm 2 hours away from their store, so I usually call and say, "Hey, do you guys have this in the store?" And if they say yes, depending on their answer or whatever, then hey, hold it for me. I'm 2 hours away, and I'll see you guys. Whenever I get there, so
well, that's cool.
They've always been really, really kind to me with that. But yeah, so I just go pick it up and then eat lunch in Austin and head back and just enjoy like a nighttime cruise down the freeway on the way back.
Well, that's I do that. We go with my girlfriend and my son and my youngest because the oldest doesn't care. And we go for a drive, and if it's nice weather and all, so it's a little family outing. So I get that. That's cool. What about the UK? Do you have online pickups?
Yeah, we do. I think most of the third-party ones come from online pickups. We have the big shops like Kapow and In Demand. They're really good. The good thing is they have like Facebook groups, so you join them. Like in fact, one of the biggest trading groups is Kapow's trading group, so everything gets done by there, and they join in, you chat, and It's good. It's good, and it's good to have that local sort of knowledge, and they chat to you and always get back to you really quickly. And it's that friendly service that you probably don't get when you go a bit corporate or a bit bigger, or you don't have to wait ages to get a reply, which we really like. I don't know, Alexis, what do you order online wise?
Yeah, just to add to that,
You've got a great OnlyFans account that we.
I do.
Sorry, something else.
Yeah. So I'm Titan Master 2000.
I thought you were Fistatron.
No. I thought I'd go by like length and girth. So Titan Master 2000 is me. 2000 is the amount of times I've measured. Anyway, there's a lot of there's a lot of online community as well. Like you've got Kapow Marketplace, you've got the TF UK sales, you've got TF UK Unlimited. There's we have our own.
A big thing.
Paul and I have our own like legends. We have Iron Factory, and we have what else do we do? Magic. What else we've got like 3 or 4 groups.
We run the biggest Iron Factory group on Facebook, don't we?
We do. We got like 1,000.
Crazy.
Yeah. So you can buy a lot of stuff second hand on those sites, and even first hand as well, because like, a lot of guys just buy stuff and don't open it. Or oh shit, I've ordered 2 of these, and there's a lot of local knowledge on it, or even international knowledge as well, because they're international groups as well. So there's a lot of that on there, which is also very good. So it's not eBay prices; it's always like local prices, and but otherwise it's the same community that I talked about before, guys. So we're looking at like Omega Lock, Kapow, or Comics and Cocktails, In Demand, and we also have the convention. So in Conventions UK, you have TF UK. Which is in August, always in Brum,
TFN, TF Nation,
Birmingham, and then you have TF Con, which is a new one as well, which we're actually going to be doing a live show at as well. So, which is in May, So it's it's cool.
It's just something exciting about going to convention, and the one TFN in August, like it's basically in a Hilton, and the bottom floor is all for Transformers, and it's got the biggest bar in the world, and it's also got a huge arena just for buying Transformers. So you literally turn up and it's 3 days of buying Transformers, sitting at a table, having beers with people, chatting about your Transformer, going back and buying another one.
The more you buy,
yeah. And then you have panels like Jeff Senior and loads of famous people.
Jeff Senior's at TFCon in May 14th in Brum. But in 2018 we had Stan Bush came over and did a private concert for the TF UK.
Oh, that was amazing.
Okay.
So it was and Stan Bush did like a 2-hour concert for 200 people. It was like,
I'd love to meet Stan Bush.
He was Kato
he was in the bar. He was in the bar afterwards. I was having drinks with him and his family.
Yeah, that's he has this fandom, but he's not like Mick Jagger famous. But everybody in the community knows him. And Kato, he's friends with him at this point. Interviewed him 2-3 times, and I know they text once in a while. So how cool is that? So I've interacted with a couple of voice actors because I've been trying to dare more, to push my channel, and because everybody's like, you should ask for an interview. Because I had Paul Eiding and Neil Ross. I sent them a copy of their their voice actor spotlight I did, and they replied they liked it. But then when you try to push for an interview, it's harder. Like you don't want to say, hey, you want to come over to the channel? And so I tried to, God bless him, Paul Eiding. I love the guy, but we've interacted. But when I asked for an interview, he just didn't reply. And you know what? That's fine. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not a professional. I'm not some publicist. I'm not, it happens. So, but the reason I picked up this guy, and it's funny because I just shot the review talking about this, is because John Machida had agreed to come over my channel to do an interview. But then something happened on his side, and he couldn't. He said he'd get back to me. And then after a month, I sent him another email. I said, is everything okay? Like, I didn't talk about the interview. I just said, is everything okay? You doing good? You just want to make sure you're all right. But I haven't got a reply. So I decided to, because I got the figure after, we agreed to do the interview, because I realized, oh, crap, I don't have a blur. So, but that's, at this point, I don't think it's going to happen. So maybe I'm going to TFCon in Toronto in July, and there's going to be a couple of voice actors there. So maybe I'll, get lucky and make contact and, see what happens. But, I want to try to grow the channel. And so it's fun to think about it.
I'll tell you, man, I don't know how many non-replies or no's or sorry, not at this time, not interested, go through my publicist, blah, 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 replies that I've gotten. And I never have backed down from it, ever. So for every 10 no's that you get, you'll get a yes. And that yes is what 100% makes it worth it.
Yeah. So, all right, I'll keep daring then, because I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. Like, just send them their video that I do. If they like it, I'm gonna invite them, and either not get a reply or get a straight no. And because I think I'm not a professional, so that's what I told John, and he seemed okay with it. I said I'm not a professional. You would be interviewed by a fan. I'll have a couple of questions, that I'm curious about, and I'll try to avoid the cliche question you've been asked for 40 years. So,
just lie, just make it up, just say like, oh, Megan Fox cancelled this week, so I could probably fit you in, John.
Yeah, so it's like Kimmel and Matt Damon. I could start that,
I think it's the thing, isn't it? You just say you've got a YouTube channel. Would you mind joining in?
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to ask questions, and
that's what I've done with you. I thought, I like your YouTube channel, so I was like, oh, do you mind if we come on your YouTube channel? And you're like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's but it's easier from one YouTuber to the other. Like Rodimus Primal. I'm sure you know him.
Yeah.
I've been lucky that I invited him on my 1-year anniversary, and he agreed. He came in. Well,
so did Patriot Prime, didn't he?
Yeah, Patriot Prime too.
I saw
And
that.
I've interacted a couple times with Patriot Prime. So, and I had invited a lot of other people that couldn't make it, for various reasons. So, and but it's always fun. And then to me, Rodimus Primal, he's one of those. He's one of the big ones. Like when you're invited to those Hasbro talks, and then you're hosting panels and conventions and stuff like that. To me, you made it. So I was, and I've interacted before with him on, messaging and stuff like that, but I never really had the guts to just ask him, you want to come over to, and chat for a while. So, but he actually didn't reply. He just showed up during the stream. So I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, and there it goes. So, and then we talked for 3 hours. So, so that community, there's a lot of great guys, that will invite you, that will do collaboration with you. There's other people who are still great, but they have their circle, and they want to keep to that circle. And then you have people that just won't do anything with anybody else. So, and so everybody got their style, and everybody is different. So you have to learn to respect all of these different ways. So, but
I think this is the first show that we've been on, like, external to ours. Like, I think, have we been on another show, Paul? I think we have we?
I was on Opera a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, so of course you were.
You probably saw it.
Oh,
So-
yeah, you were.
No, this
That
is
was
the first time we've been allowed outside of Transformers the show.
Legally, yes. We signed a disclaimer for this, didn't we? So, yes.
But it's fun. Like input, we've interacted a couple times on your channel and then my channel. So, and it's always a good time. No politics. And okay, I get upset when we talk about Star Wars, Disney, but that's about it.
We all do.
Yeah.
No, we love it. We've Kato's been on. He was absolutely brilliant. Joined the show one night. It's always exciting, isn't it, to have something
Ultramarkers,
some of the people.
Rudy, we've had Bisto Yessi,
Arrowfire. It's just lush. You make friends, don't you?
We keep trying to get Deluxe on, but his schedule doesn't work, unfortunately.
Try to get Rachel Riley. Try to get.
If I do, Raz, you'll be the first person to invite.
Oh shit, man! If I'm there, that definitely. And even if you just get Susie Dent, I'm there.
Susie,
So-
I quite like Susie Dent.
Oh yeah, she takes a lot of heat from Jimmy on the show, but
She
man,
does,
she's
yeah.
a good-looking woman. So
You say quite like. I've seen your calendar. It's very lubricated.
So, oh yeah, but it's I love doing this, and sometimes it's hard, to do the YouTube and to take the time to do the review and to, all the research I do. Like my spotlight take a lot of research, but it pays off because that's the thing. John Machida commented on my video. He said, after 30 years of doing interviews and telling stories and people writing, it's writing anything, it's fun to see one person who got it right, which was the biggest praise I could have ever had for those. Like, I mean, okay, so my research was accurate. I did my job properly. So that's cool. So.
No, that's amazing.
So, yeah. Oh, there you go. Is that some hate?
She's not pushing 60. Shut up.
Well, she's been doing countdown for 37 years. So yeah, she could be, but no, she doesn't look it.
Well, damn is safe. We know Paul likes RJ's mum, so there we go.
Okay.
She's 57. Fuck, she's 57.
She's 57. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Still,
and then you have.
Right.
Sorry, everybody in the chat who doesn't know any of these UK personalities, but
Google
check out
them.
8
Google.
out of 10 Cats Does Countdown. It's a great show.
And also Google RJ's mum.
Or Rachel Riley. Your search history will thank you for it forever.
Oh yeah.
Your wife might not, but okay.
Ninja Bill had to go. Sorry, man. Always good to see him around. That's I love this community. And I love Transformers. So. It's always fun. So it's been an hour. We covered the whole of the difference between collecting. So I think it's pretty similar at the end. We get there's some element that frustrates us. There's, one question, one crucial question. Earthrise Conehead Seeker. How did it go over for you guys? Did you get them?
I got them.
Yeah, well, I know you did because the U.S. had probably the best run for North America because in Canada, that whole ship sunk at the bottom of the ocean. We never saw Ratchet and Prowl. We never saw. We barely saw the Paradron.
We got Ratchet and Prowl, didn't we? And we got them cheap in the end.
Don't mention Thrust.
Like for £29, which is about probably about $40.
I wish. AliExpress has them as $260 right now, and the Coneheads.
$260.
The Coneheads on AliExpress are $463.
The Coneheads were gold dust, I think.
Well,
someone
the Coneheads,
texted me and said to ask about it. Ramjet was impossible to get. Dan was saying G2 Ramjet was easy to get.
Oh yeah, the Sandstorm and I almost got Sandstorm and G2 Ramjet to fill in for Ramjet and Dirge, because all I have is Trust, which apparently was super hard to get in the US for a while, and then in Canada, my dad, who never shops for toys, just said, "Oh, you want? I saw this guy." I'm like, "Oh, yes, pick him up." So but
it's my understanding on how those exclusives work is that they own the rights, so that company owns the rights.
Yep.
So like Walmart owns Netflix Soundwave, that design, so Hasbro can't re-release it unless Walmart wants to order some more. So this kind of falls on to Amazon, like with the Coneheads not being re-released and all that stuff. So
it absolutely does. That's what the last Zoom meeting that they had with all of the Rodimus Primal and all those other YouTubers. That was one of the questions that was asked. And that's when I realized, okay, so Coneheads, until the contract expires, we won't get a re-release. And then same thing with Netflix Soundwave. They wanted to have a legacy release to go alongside Blaster, so they had to use the Siege mode because the contract with Netflix, Walmart, isn't over yet.
Right.
So, and I think business-wise, okay, I get it. But, fan-wise, we don't care about those exclusivity contract. If you're not going to re-release it in your store, well, allow Hasbro to reprint them and re-release them. Why not?
Well, that could be the case. It could be one of those cases where this company, say Walmart for this example, ends up holding that mold hostage against Hasbro. It's kind of like, oh, hey, you want to re-release it? Cool. Well, we want $1 million for the rights for the character and the figure that you supposedly owe or own. And Hasbro's like, well, cool, man. We'll just wait the 4 years and wait it out.
Hey, Anthony. Yeah, so that's the thing. And then Amazon does the same thing with Ratchet. Well, okay, my question, when Rodimus explained that whole thing with the rights and the contracts and exclusivity, Ironhide was that mold was exclusive to Amazon, the Earthrise Ironhide. But then they did the DK2 Guard Generation Select, so that's the same mold. It's just a different paint job.
Right, but it's a different character at that point. So Amazon's contract probably reads Earthrise Ironhide, and so doesn't matter what the mold is. They just own the rights to Earthrise Ironhide for the figure for Earthrise. And so Hasbro gets around that by saying, here's the mold again as DK Guard, or
So
whatever.
Basically, with that logic, which makes sense, Hasbro could turn around and say, "Oh, here comes Netflix Sound Blaster, and he's black and he's a tape deck."
100%.
I think that could be a good generation select. I don't have a Sound Blaster, so I could probably.
We suggested. It's what we said as well. We suggested why don't they release Netflix Soundwave, but release it maybe with a different tape, or like a Rat Bat, or maybe Rumble or something, instead of releasing with Ravage or Laserbeak.
I think that'd be an easy cop out. I think the contract probably specify.
But is it the mold? What's the contract on there? Right? Is it the mold?
It's on the
color.
I think it's the figure itself. I don't think it's the mold. I think it's the figure itself. So like everything about that figure, I think if it's like, so Ironhide's maroon, whatever green, blue, and red they use to make whatever that color code is, then Amazon owns the rights to that color code, owns the rights to, the name Earthrise Ironhide, everything that goes along with that figure except for the mold.
It must be the mold. It must be the mold and the color and the name, right? Because if you look at what they've done Soundwave with a different color.
Well, look at the Datsun brothers. We have
right.
Sorry, Alexa. Someone in the chat's just asked, "Would you ever dress up as David Hasselhoff for a calendar?"
And
someone else said that's a great question.
So just to answer your question, I have done it before. I posed on a speedboat once. I was half cocked, and I was on my side, and it was for charity. And if you Google hard enough, you won't find it because it wasn't that popular. But anyway, I did do that. But I'll do it again for charity.
Okay, you have an interesting life. That's cool. But look at the Datsun brothers. They have all the same mold. Ratchet, Prowl was I keep saying Ratchet. Prowl was the same mold as Blue Streak and everything. So yeah, I think it's really for the character that the right. It's so they couldn't re-release another Soundwave or Netflix Soundwave with a different cassette. I think they would have a hard time with that because he came with Ravage and Laserbeak, right? Oh, and that's one thing that really I don't get. Why haven't we had a Buzzsaw like the yellow Laserbeak? Why not?
Yeah.
Instead of I got the 3-pack, the 4-pack cassette for Siege, and it comes with this orange bat, and then this other purple one that's not Rad Bat, and then this guy, and then those are figures that goes with Double Dealer. No Buzzsaw. Why not? That I would have loved to have a Buzzsaw.
Yeah, that Siege Soundwave should have been re-released with a Buzzsaw.
Yes.
Because if they're pigeonholed into having a Soundwave be re-released, and they're trying to church it up, they know, because you could tell that lady's expression was like, and we're gonna do a Siege Soundwave, like you watch that live stream, right?
Siege. Yeah, it's like a false yay.
Yeah, you can tell she wasn't feeling it. So just then throw Buzzsaw in there. If you know the fans are gonna backlash against you like that, the way that they did for that, then give them something enticing and meaningful. I mean, yeah, it sucks. You got to buy, Siege Soundwave all over again to get a tape. But isn't that what Transformers is about for the last 40 years?
Yeah. Well, I could have gotten that Soundwave. And Anthony, that's a good point. I could have gotten the Legacy Soundwave with a Buzzsaw and then just paint him black to do my Sound Blaster. I would have been okay with that. So...
Yeah.
It's upsetting to us because we're not in the background. We're not in those marketing meetings and those budget meetings, and like there's how many Transformers line is there going on right now? You have it's the End of Kingdom. You have Legacy. You have Buzzworthy, Bumblebee. You have the Authentics line. You have the Rescue Bots that are still going. Bots still going. Like it's and
Rise
they
of
all
the
have.
Beasts.
Yeah, Rise of the Beast, Studio Series. You have all those different line, and they all have their own separate budget. But then when it seems like when one's running out of money, it was like, okay, we're gonna put Silver Streak in Buzzworthy for no reason, and he's gonna be, it says Legacy on the Buzzworthy box too. So he could have been just because that's the thing. Legacy is going to be a lot of repaints and everything. So
yeah, I don't understand. I've said this on TFT a lot. Every time anything like this gets brought up, kill off some of your lines, and then take that money and put it into Transformers. The two lines that you mainly want to do. So Legacy, let's say Legacy, and then Studio 86, and then what's the cartoon right now? Bots.
Yeah, Bots.
Well,
it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, but it's like you killed the line, and then you made a cartoon, right? Then you brought the toys back. Like that's the kind of ideas I guess that we're running.
It's just weird that mainline now is Legacy, and it's kind of like we're going to show you a little bit of everything, and not anything.
FJ DeSanto pitched a show to Netflix for Legacy, and Netflix said no. So either the show wasn't good, and I doubt that, or because as much as some people hated War for Cybertron, mainly Earthrise, was pretty bad. It was slow pace and dark, and it's actually the reason why I started my channel, because I wanted to show people what good voice acting was. Not that it was all bad. I mean, Elita 1 was good, Jetfire, Megatron were good, Optimus Prime sucked. Absolutely. And as much as people hated War for Cybertron for various reasons, it wasn't that bad of a show compared to some other crap that's been produced in the past 30 years, not just for Transformers. And a Legacy show that would have followed with the same animation model, I think it would have been a better show, because they already paid for the transformation and for the robot and car modes to be done, so they could have reused that to do the Legacy line. They would just have had to pay for new characters, and there's tons of repaints and stuff like that they could have done. So I think a Legacy show, but I don't know, they said that they pitched it to Netflix and Netflix said no. Did you pitch it anywhere else after that?
Probably not, and Netflix probably said no because I don't know if you guys heard, but they closed their animation studio, or the animation side of Netflix, however you want to look at that. So they probably knew that was coming. So they're like, yeah, we're not going to invest in this because, the last 3 shows that you had didn't do that well. I mean, they did good, but they weren't what we expected. So we're not going to renew it because we're not going to, it's not going to save our cartoon side or anything.
No.
So
makes sense.
Just a thought. And real quick, going back to online retailers in the UK, I'm going to give a shout out to Robot Recruits.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Got love, Phil.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Hey, Phil.
All right. Well, I think we've covered pretty much everything, and it's 1:00 for you guys. So, and
it's quite late. This is the latest I've ever stayed up, Alexis.
Yeah.
For the last 10 years.
I promised my wife I wouldn't eat after midnight. So.
Do you transform after midnight?
Sounds sexy.
Ooh, good shout. I might do.
Actually, I got a question for you. Then, if you can't eat after midnight, and then you, I don't know, eat breakfast, do you still transform? And what if you don't go to sleep after midnight and then eat breakfast? Do you still transform?
If you don't go to sleep, it's called brunch. Doesn't count.
But you're still eating after midnight, though.
Yeah, it's called brunch, though. It doesn't count. Brunch is a whole law in itself. Don't even get me started on brunch. I hate brunch.
Exactly. We do need a Gremlins reboot.
So what time is it over there for Raz and you?
I'm at 8:15 p.m. right now.
Yeah, it's 7:15 for me.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow! So starting that then. So cheers,
just
guys.
the start of
because
the night.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm right at the end of my night.
Yeah, I need to go to bed. Last night I
been
fell
fun.
asleep on the microphone, just like that.
Exactly. Just leave it there, pick it up later. So, all right. So I'm gonna roll the outro soon, guys. There's gonna be the it's gonna go. Thanks for everybody in the chat. That's been great. Pay attention for the outro because that's where the discount code's gonna show up. Of course, you can review, rewatch later. I want to thank Input. Thank you for stopping by again, Alexis, Paul. It's been great to have you on.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
having us. Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
The
Yeah.
invite, man.
And lovely to meet you, Input.
Yeah, you too, guys.
Yeah, so we'll do that again eventually. No worries. So I'm just gonna end it with my usual. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment. I love reading those, and remember that nothing in life gives you the right to be an asshole. Take care.